As the fantasy football season winds down, every game feels incredibly important, especially when you are battling for a playoff spot or a crucial seeding advantage. You have put in the work all season, and now the margins are razor thin. What happens if you end up tied with another team in the standings? How does the league decide who gets the better playoff seed or even makes it into the dance? When it comes to fantasy football tiebreakers, most points scored in head-to-head matchups is not typically the most common default setting, but it is certainly a legitimate and sometimes used option. The most widely used tiebreaker is usually total points scored for the entire season. However, many league commissioners can customize their league settings, so it is important to always check your specific league rules. The reason total points scored is often the default is because it represents a cumulative measure of a team's performance throughout the whole season. It is seen as a more comprehensive way to determine who had the stronger team over 17 weeks. A head-to-head points tiebreaker, on the other hand, focuses only on the games played directly against a specific opponent. This can sometimes lead to situations where a team that had an easier schedule or fewer competitive matchups against certain rivals might benefit, even if their overall season-long performance was not as dominant. It rewards success in direct competition, which some commissioners prefer to emphasize the weekly matchup aspect of fantasy football. So, how do you make sure you are prepared? The absolute best way to stay ahead is to visit your league settings page on your fantasy platform. Look for a section often called League Rules, Playoff Settings, or Tiebreaker Rules. This is where your commissioner will have established the exact order of operations for breaking ties, whether it is total points, head-to-head record, or even things like division record. Knowing this information early can truly shape your end-of-season strategy. Understanding these tiebreaker nuances can give you a significant strategic edge. For instance, if you know that head-to-head points is a tiebreaker, and you have a crucial game coming up against a direct rival who might finish with the same record, you might prioritize setting your absolute strongest lineup that week, even if it means benching a player with a slightly favorable matchup elsewhere. It also means paying attention to every single point in those matchups, not just securing a win. This level of detail helps you maximize your potential path to victory. Ultimately, mastering your league's tiebreaker rules, especially a less common one like most head-to-head points, is about being a truly informed and proactive fantasy manager. It empowers you to understand every pathway to the playoffs and beyond, turning what might seem like a small detail into a powerful tool for strategic decision-making. By knowing how your league resolves ties, you can make smarter roster moves and secure your spot at the top of the standings.